Hello children, and I'd like to say a very warm welcome to Collective Worship, and as always we're going to start by sharing, and we can start with a very big "This is the day that the Lord has made." And as you have all just said, let us all rejoice and be glad that we are here together again today. So children, we haven't talked about this for a while, but this fits in really well with our jigsaw theme, which is all about relationships this half term. And to help us understand a bit more about it, I've decided to help you think about something we've talked about for many years now, which are children's rights. And with rights come responsibilities. And in your classes, you all have class charters, which show all the things that you have said you would like to happen in your class. But none of those things can happen if you don't show a responsibility to make them happen. So one of the children's rights, and as you know, there are 42 of these, one of the rights is taken from Article 26, and it is called, "You have the right to choose your own friends." Now this fits in with our weekly theme as well this week, which is about showing respect to one another. So we've talked a lot about friendship over the last few weeks, and this is another story to help you understand what you have to think about with your friends and what it means to be a good friend, but also how to show respect to your friends. And you'll understand at the end of this story how Article 26 fits in with what we're talking about this week. So as you can see from the title, it says it's Ali's story. And let's find out what happens to Ali. So all of us in Miss Coral's class got on really well together. But my best friend, as you can see, who are talking there, was Keisha. And we always worked together and we played together and we had such a wonderful time. But that all seemed to change when a new girl arrived at the school called Laura. Miss Coral asked Keisha to look after Laura and make sure that she was happy and settled, just like we ask you to do with any new children that come to our school. Keisha was really good at looking after children, and Miss Coral knew that she could rely on her to help Laura feel settled. At playtime, I went, remember I'm Ali, I went to look for Keisha, but she was talking to Miss Coral. And Laura was also standing next to her. Keisha thought it would be really helpful to take Laura around the school so she could show her where everything was, so she wouldn't get lost and she'd know where to go at different times of the day. Miss Coral said, "Of course you can, Keisha. That's a really kind thought. What a lovely thing to suggest." Keisha looked over to me and said, "Do you want to come too, Ali?" "No, thanks," I said. "You go off with your new friend." And I ran out into the playground with the others. After playtime, things seemed to get worse. Keisha was still helping Laura the whole time and hardly speaking to me at all. So I got fed up and I started to whisper things about Laura to the other children. I won't say what I said because it was very spiteful and not very nice. But it seemed to make the others laugh, which made me feel good. Laura looked over and saw that we were whispering about her. And even though I thought it was making me feel good, inside I didn't feel good, because Keisha looked at me as if to say, "What are you doing?" None of my actions helped, because the next day, Keisha was still with Laura. And actually, I thought to myself, I don't think our friendship is ever going to be the same again. Sorry, something just came up on the screen, which I had to remove or carry on with the story. All I wanted to do, as far as I was concerned, was make sure that Keisha and I could be friends again, but nothing seemed to be working. I just felt sad and miserable. I just wanted to say, "Keisha, come back to me. Please stop being friends with Laura and just be my friend." I didn't know what to do. Just then, Keisha came over to me and said, "Do you know something, Ali? I don't recognise you. You're not the friend that I thought you were. And I'm going to carry on being Laura's friend, because I can choose who I want to be friends with. I don't just have to be friends with you." I don't think I have ever felt so unhappy in my whole life. But I couldn't show it. I had to show the others that I didn't really care. But I did really. The trouble was, when I got home, I felt like I had a really bad pain in my stomach. I felt like crying. I kept remembering what Keisha had said to me. I was so angry with Laura. Why did she ever have to come to this school? I was blaming Laura for everything. And then, through all my horrible, angry thoughts, I remembered something that my nan had said to me. And she said to me, whenever I got upset with people, I should always try and feel and think, how would they be feeling? So I tried to calm down. I took some deep breaths and I thought, how would Laura be actually feeling if she was starting a new school? And actually, I could see that all Keisha was doing was being kind. And really, Laura hadn't done anything wrong. It was me. I had not been a very good friend. I felt so ashamed. I felt my eyes filling up with tears, and all I wanted to do was cry. Keisha would never like me again. And then I thought, I've got to do something about this. It wasn't easy admitting I'd been wrong, but this is what I did. I saw Laura and Keisha playing in the playground, and I actually decided that I would go up to them. And at first, I spoke to Laura. And I went up to Laura, I took a deep breath, and I said, "I'm really, really sorry, Laura. I was so mean to you yesterday. It was because I was jealous. And I promise I will never do it again." Laura looked at Keisha and then she said, "That's okay, Ali. I think I know how you were feeling." I smiled with relief that she understood. And then I looked at Keisha. She wasn't smiling. "I know I was really mean, Keisha. Please forgive me. Please can we be friends again?" Keisha didn't answer straight away because she was very upset with Ali. But for a moment, I felt all those feelings coming back again because I felt jealous. But I then had to think, am I being responsible, respectful, and being the person that I should be? because I knew deep down that I wasn't. And actually, Keisha had a right to choose whichever friend she wanted to play with. And she was actually only being a really good friend because she was helping a new person settle in at school. I learnt an invaluable lesson those 2 days. I learnt that actually, even though we might get jealous about our friends, if we are honest and we talk to one another, we can resolve our differences. So that is the story of Ali and what happened to her. And that's why I thought this story would be ideal for us to think about Article 26, which is you have the right to choose your own friends. It also fits really well, as I said at the beginning, to what we're thinking about this week as part of Jigsaw. And we're thinking about how we show respect to our friends. I wonder whether this week you can think about that, showing respect to all your friends. And there you can see all 3 girls ended up being friends together because they managed to resolve their differences. I'd like us now to put our hands together. You can either read the words with Mrs. Robertson, or you can shut your eyes and listen carefully. Loving God, bless my life with the gift of friendship for those who have chosen to be my friends. I am grateful. Let our love, respect, and affection for one another flourish. Make me a good friend, one who is loyal and caring and ready to forgive. To you, who are our truest friend, I pray. Amen. Thank you for listening today, children. And let's remember 2 things. Let's remember to show all our friends respect this week, and also think about the fact that all children have the right to choose their friends. So if you think about trying to stop people from being friends, remember that's not up to you. Okay, have a good week, children. And I'm going to finish by saying, this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you for listening, children. Thank you, and bye-bye.